when we look back at Pokemon, the trading card game, which is still going strong, we look to when it started, specifically back in 1998, to eventually changing owners in 2003. We're talking about when Pokemon was, kind of owned by Wizards of the Coast. To this, we have to look back at when the trading card series first started. The Pokemon trading card game had been developed in Japan and based on the games Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow for the Game Boy as a branching point on what Pokemon they would develop cards off of. In Japan, it was published by Media Factory in Japan 1996. And the US, the cards were published by Wizards of the Coast.
Now you can play a part in the ultimate Pokemon battle. Trainer versus trainer. The Pokemon trading card game. All the creatures, all the battles. Grab your starter pack and start playing the Pokemon trading card game. Good, clean fun.
In 1998, to capitalize off the huge popularity thanks to the games at the time. If you didn't know much about Wizards of the Coast, some of the properties that they had licensing rights to, for, getting rights to Pokemon, this was Magic the Gathering.
You can have the fastest legs or the strongest arms. But are you ready for a game where all that matters is the speed of your mind and the power of your imagination? We are, and we're waiting around the world to challenge you. The game's Magic the Gathering, and all you need to play is a brain, a deck, and a friend.
A similar game that was part tabletop and card collecting. They would acquire the huge game star that was viewed as satanic was Dungeons and Dragons.
Your dungeon master has placed you in a dreadfully precarious position.
You're playing the most phenomenal game ever created.
Your skin grows cold from your first glimpse of the enormous beast.
It's a product of your imagination.
Survival depends on a quick, decisive move.
Your choices are limited.
Stand and fight, or run.
Use your lightning bolt.
Victory is yours.
Win the treasure.
TSR Hobbies.
Dungeons and Dragons games.
The tabletop game that has huge players like Vin Diesel. Over the next 5 years, Wizards of the Coast had published more than a dozen expansion sets for the game, allowing the company to sell millions of cards. It had made more money during the first 10 years of Magic the Gathering. Then, in September of 1999, Hasbro had made a deal to buy the cards from them for $325 million because of the popularity that the property had. So, but here's a little kind of thing. What was included in the pack? Well, a Pokemon card deck that you could buy would have multiple Pokemon from the series, or one or two elementals, one or more attacks with a certain amount of HP, for the Pokemon is. There were some cards that would be part of a pack strength increase, defense, or other special, kind of things, such as sleep, paralysis, confusion. Then, in 1998, along with the release of Pokemon the first movie, Burger King would sell Pokemon cards in their kids' meals, along with Pokemon toys.
Not to mention a little something else your kids may enjoy.
Pokemon.
Now inside every Burger King Big Kids meal you buy, your kids not only get more of the great tasting food they love, they get Pokemon toys and limited edition trading cards from Pokemon the first movie. Pokemon in the Burger King Big Kids meal. Come and catch them all.
With some Pokemon cards being special, and that a few were 24-karat gold inside a Pokeball. There was some controversy in that the toys were called after several children had suffocated on the toys. Then, in 2001, Nintendo had created Pokemon USA Inc. so that it could recover the US licensing rights to the game. In June of 2003, Nintendo had transferred the publishing from Wizards to the Pokemon Company. Wizards went in a way sue Nintendo on October 11th to October 1st of 2003 and had accused them of poaching employees and violating its patent. This lawsuit would in a way be settled out of court. Over the years, Pokemon the trading card had thrived, and they had multiple eras of the game to be, based like, say, new cards offer. There have been some controversies involving the card games in that November 2000, Israeli magician Uri Geller had claimed that Pokemon Kadabra's spoon-bending Japanese Yingera was in a way unauthorized appropriation and noticing lightning patterns on its abdomen, and is popular with the Wayfin SSS, and that Nintendo had turned him into an evil occult Pokemon character. This would have in a way caused the recall of the Pokemon Kadabra. Abracadabra and all that. There was, and also most recently, there was a bit of controversy with, I think it was, Da Vinci with Pokemon that, scalpers and all of them have basically just, in a way, tried to, use, Pokemon that fight, jackpot kind of deals.
Picture. Get your mom shot, bro. Come on, gotta catch your mom.
They say there was quite a lot of Pokemon cards that were probably, I figure pretty cool, like Lugia. I mean, this is Venusaur. Venusaur card's pretty cool. Poliwag, Staryu, and Hitmonlee. Honestly, looking back at it, it's like Pokemon was like a trading card series that I did collect along with Yu-Gi-Oh! But honestly, yeah, I haven't really collected the cards in quite a few years. It was a different time period, but Pokemon was always something fun.